Top of the morning to you. Here we are, we're coming across Blackwater Creek. We're on the Capricorn Highway. Now we're coming into Blackwater, so what we're going to do is give you a tour of Blackwater. So there, boys, we're going to give you a tour of Blackwater. Going to go and let you know where all the mining camps are, etc, etc, etc. So Blackwater, Central Highlands, Queensland. Roughly 200 kilometres west of Rockhampton, the coal mining capital of Queensland. Probably the coal mining capital of Australia, for that matter. Keeps the lights on. Without coal, you got no lights, you got no regular power, you got no steel. Without coal, there is no steel. So it's not a very big town. They've just recently got a set of lights. Wow. Okay, on your right, the first right coming into town is where the Rosewood Camp is. So if you're coming in and you head into the Rosewood Camp, you turn right there. But what we'll do first is I'm going to drive around the town a bit. We'll come back later and have a squiz at that, eh? The train line's on the left. Actually, further up, we might see where you turn left to go to the Blackwater mine, run by BMA. BHB Mitsubishi Alliance. They do mainly metallurgical coal, so production of steel. So you got 3 of your servos on the main drag through the town: the Woolies, the Metro, and Coles. Now the Metro's brand new. I never use the Woolies and Coles. For a while there, they were the only two. There was a BP, it closed down for a bit, and while they were closed down, the Woolies and the Coles jumped their prices by over 20-30 cents a litre. So you got your motel there, your Coles, the pubs in town. Now this is the Blackwater Hotel Motel. The other one's the Capricorn. So, but in town they call it either the Top Pub or the Cap. There's your bakery, Fairburn Bakery. It's pretty good. Now the Top Pub is probably the best if you want to buy takeaways through the drive-through. It's got a much better range, selection. The Cap though is good for hanging out and having a good time. Pool tables, pizzas, reasonable food. So that's about it on the highway coming through town. It's not very long. On the right is the Blackwater International Coal Centre. They've got a museum in there. They've got a good cafe in there to buy your coffee. Sometimes they do courses like your Stand 11 course in there. But if you turn right here, that's where your Osco camp is. Also, which is also Discovery Park, where you can just come and stay if you're not in camp. It's not bad prices, eh? So that's it there, just on your left. Turn right here up Way Street. And the reason we're doing that, we'll show you where the primary school is, and also the Way Street bus stop. So primary school is just there on the right. Just as you go past the primary school on the right is the Way Street bus stop. So if you work for a boomer out at Blackwater Mine or that's where you park your car, catch the bus here. That's one of the spots. You got like a fitness gym next to it. They do like CrossFit type stuff there, I think. There's a good Thai restaurant there. This is a BP on your left that I'm talking about, like $1. Crikey. In Mackay, it's $1.15. This is a service station that gets the price war going. On the right, you got the Blackwater real estate. Oh, straight ahead back there was Subway and Pizza Hut. But we're going to go back down this street because the best place to get a feed in town has got to be Wi-Fi Chinese, believe it or not. So that's it there. It's closed at the moment. Don't look like much, but they don't just do Chinese. They do burgers, fish and chips. The burgers are absolutely to die for. There's also Thai massage there now. Oh no, that's closed. But the chiropractor's there as well. You know, the library there on the left. The community centre. There's a toy library in there at the library. So if you've got young kids, go to the toy library. Yeah, there is a Macca's in town, but trust me, go to the Wi-Fi Chinese for your burger. It's much, much, much more worth it. How's that for a trendy little house, eh? If you want to be basic, that's the one. Littlefield Street. So this is we're back on the same street that the Osco camp was on. The reason for that was just show you up here. You got your Osco, your Country Co. Country Co on the right. That's basically where everyone gets their hardware, their plumbing, all that, chainsaws, all that sort of stuff here in Blackwater. On the left though is the gardening side of it. So there's a bit of a nursery and all that stuff there on the left, and fencing and other stuff as that. They get a reasonable supply and they keep prices reasonable, eh? Straight ahead in that greeny building is where you do your containers for change. On the right on the corner is the Black Iron Gym. Well, that's where you can go and do a serious workout. That is one big gym with lots of facilities. Sarah, who runs it, does a good job. She's the owner. Say Big Al says hi if you head there. There's Dundee's Plumbing. So we're on, I think it's Mackenzie Street, this one. This goes straight ahead down to the Caromine, but it's a dead end at the end. You can't actually get into Caromine. But if you just go straight down this road, a lot of people go down there, they let their dogs out, drive along a path beside the road, and the dogs run behind the car. That's how they, oh, there's a hospital on your right. Yeah, that's how they get their dogs exercise. And right at the end is also a bike and walking track that heads off and goes all the way to the Caromine camp. off up here. This is the sporting area of town. So turn off Sagittarius Road's called down that way. So you go to Mackenzie up the other way, yep. So you go down Hunter. That's where your aquatic centre is. Tennis courts, I think. Cricket nets, football fields, netball. I suppose that's what you class as the newer part of town. The Blackwater Crushers. There's your football team. So there's your aquatic centre there. It's closed at this time of year, being the middle of winter. And on your left, yes, your football field. Come here late afternoon, you can see the kangaroos having a feed. They have a feed, keep the grass down, and then they fertilise on the way. Yeah, it says netball there. There's cricket nets over there. There's actually a cycling velodrome. It's a bit wobbly, but yeah, it's still rideable, eh? I think they put that here for animeers originally. And a dog park where you can let your dogs out and run around. I think this is the private school in town. And we're in our 40km/h speed limit time of day. Blackwater North State School. There you go, Blackwater North. Not a private school after all. Good kids park there on the left. There's actually a really awesome skate park that only got opened about 6 months ago in town these days as well, and it's got stuff on it that little kids can use as well. So there's the PCYC in front of us. You get gym memberships there as well. Can't tell you much about that one because I've never really been there. That's also, in that area on the right is another stop for the Boomer bus to take you out to the Blackwater mine in the afternoons, start of shifts. And this is the village on Blaine. So it's another camp just straight ahead there. Civic Centre on your left there. Sometimes have meetings there for the coal mine workers, like safety resets and all that sort of stuff. Your vet here on the left, Marraboon Vet Surgery. There's a North Blackwater General Practice, and your Woolies, your Woolworths. Got a couple of different ATM machines in there, an ANZ Bank branch. There's your courthouse. Just around a bit more is the police station. This is Arthur Street. I reckon there should be more of the streets like this, eh? Where they got the trees planted. It's a good look. So we'll have a quick squeeze at the Rosewood Camp. then we'll go across and I'll show you where the skate park is. So on the right, just over there in front of us a bit, is the Cap Hotel. So easy walking distance from the Rosewood Camp. I'll cheat, I'll go through the camp to do a U-turn to come back and go back the other way. So this is the Rosewood Camp here. The office where you go in, pick your key up, sign in, all that shit there, straight away there on your right. On your right straight away there is the mess hall. On your left is the bus stop. The first stop here is where the boomer guys get on, the OS guys get up the other end. On your right there is the rec hall. Testing for COVID there on the right, left. Straight ahead is a laundry room. On the left is the gym. One of the 2 car parks in the area, so it's pretty full at the moment. I hope my mate Kirby comes back to town. He left, and maybe if he sees this video he might get homesick and come back again. To be sure. I hope he does too. But there's no shovel for him to operate anymore. He'll have to learn how to use the excavator. Although he was a very good dozer operator. Yeah, I'd say maybe they put him back on the dozer. Yeah, so there to your left on the other side is the Caromine Hotel. They have accommodation there as well. Now we head down Wattle Street. They recently resurfaced this road. They dug it out and re-put it in. It took them nearly 6 months, if more, to do it, eh? Oh, it's nice, smooth. It's probably the only smooth road in town now. It's a 50 km/h speed limit through most of Blackwater too. Maybe they did this road up because the buses do travel down this road a fair bit. So on the right there, corner of Wattle and Mackenzie Street, is the skate park. We keep the lights on to about 9 o'clock at night. It's extremely popular. And there's the other doctors in town on the right. General practice and mine medicals. So what we'll do is we'll head towards Caromine now. That'll be the end of our little tour for today. Oh, you've also got a nav bank there. Yeah, it's Rufus Street. That's where your Subway is and your Pizza Hut, which is extremely popular. Sometimes, yeah. Oh, there's a hairdresser there as well. On the right is the Rotary Park. That's also the corner where the Fairburn Bakery is. So there's coffees and pastries and awesome pies. And the rains are coming. So that's another reason why I get out of town. I've got to get to Mackay. And I don't want the beef road to be flooded on me. So if we kept going straight down this highway, that's Emerald, Alpha, Barcaldine, Longreach. So that's a little trip I'll do another time. Oh, just be aware the coppers do get onto speeding in this town, and they get onto people who don't stop properly at stop signs. Actually, just down here on the left is one good spot where they set up sometimes to catch people out speeding, because it's a 60k zone until you're completely out of town. It's about 75k from here to Emerald, so under an hour. They got a full-on shopping centre there. There's Coles, there's Woolies, there's Big W. I think there's a Super Cheap and Harvey Norman. There's also an airport there where you can get catch flights from Emerald through to Brisbane. So you got your choice here in Blackwater if you want to fly anywhere to go out of Emerald or drive through to Rockhampton. So just out of town here. As your first right, after you come out of town, is the road that'll take you out to the Caromine where the camp is. But you can keep going through to the Bedford Weir and all the way through to, you get through to Middlemount and up the Beef Road and head to Mackay that way. It is the shortest way. Just depends on whether the water's over at the weir or not. What I missed in town is there is a country club as well where you can go and eat and drink. That's down off Littlefield Street, not far from Camp.